Well, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Well, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas as well. Merry Christmas, and let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Can we just all agree that coming out on national television and slandering yourself in front of the world could possibly be the worst way to start a holiday weekend in the history of mankind? I feel bad for POTUS, honestly. Ape Nation, good evening. It is Tuesday, December 28th, 2021. It's about 6:30. AMC right now, quick price check, is at $27.85. We closed today at $27.72. And I know a lot of you guys out there are looking for information on AMC, as I am as well, right? We're all looking for more information. As far as technical analysis goes for this chart, I would say go to Tony or Wrench or someone else's channel that does a good breakdown of technical analysis and can tell you exactly what you're seeing here. I mean, I can read this chart and know what I see. What you might see might be different. Back in January, when they shut off the buy button, I decided I was going to start to take a fundamental look at this instead of the technical analysis. The reason I got into this play was fundamental reasons, not so much TA when I first was attracted to AMC back in February. So there's other things I want to discuss. One of which being, I keep getting a lot of comments about DD and that Al has the best DD. Al and Lou's DD is unbelievable. And I would say, yeah, they have some great DD, I guess. If you are being informed and learning from those channels, stick with them 100%. I don't know what DD I could dig up right now that will put an end to the mockery that is called the stock market right now. Honestly, unless KG killed someone back in the 80s and he's some kind of serial killer or homicidal maniac, and I can prove that, that is not going to trigger the MOASS. So we can keep digging up DD until we are blue in the face. But if no one's going to react to the DD that we dig up, what good is it? What good is it? All right. Before I lose my composure here,
cue the speeder.
This is the way.
all right, guys, real quick, I got to mention these two things. First of all, shout out to Malaysia. They became the 15th country to go up on the map the other day. If you are from a different country besides the United States, it would be amazing if you could put a comment down and just let me know so I can tag you up there. We're going to change this background next couple weeks, get a bigger map up there, so you will see yourself. And secondly, I put the video out on Saturday. Now, for the last like 3 weeks, I've been averaging between 1,500 and 2,700 views per video. And this video only got 700. And normally my viewership, my audience is 50-50, subscribers and non-subscribers. This video got almost 80% subscribers and 20% non-subscribers. And mostly it went to all of you guys who have the alert bell on. So if you want to see every video, I would say put the alert bell on, because if I mention anything about mandates or jab or certain other words, they're just not going to put the video out. And, you know, that's YouTube's rules, and that's the way they want to play. So if you want to see them all, I would say throw the bell on, and that way you'll get every notification. But that's entirely up to you. That could be a pain in the ass, too. So if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But I'm just saying, if you want to know when the videos come out, I would say put the alarm bell on. That way you'll definitely get a notification for it. Otherwise, all right, you guys, let's get into this. Yesterday, article, Variety Magazine. Domestic box office nears $4.4 billion in 2021, down 61% from 2019. Now, there's many ways you could have titled this article by Rebecca Rubin. She seems to be a fan favorite of dumping on the movie theaters. You could have written this article and titled it, Domestic box office nears $4.4 billion in 2021, up 100% from 2020. And it's actually 91% as the article says, but close enough. We're at 4.4 and change, and we were 2.2 last year. Now, it goes on to talk about some of the movies in the last couple of weeks, how they've had a big impact on this. And listen, guys, I just want to be as explicit as I can when I say this. I do not believe that these numbers from Spider-Man and especially from Matrix are going to be game changers when we get Q4 earnings. I'm just saying that up front. Is it possible that they will blow the doors off all estimates and that could trigger something? Sure. But I am not recommending that anybody waiting around for the numbers of Q4 to come back to push a MOASS. So let's go back and look at the year in movies so far. And I'm going to try to put things in this perspective for you of where we could be headed in the future for the box office. I think a lot of things are about to start changing over the next couple of years. And this has to do with the fundamentals of AMC and any other movie theater you own stock in. Next to 2019, the last normal period of the domestic box office, revenues from January 1st through December 31st, 2021 will be down approximately 61%. In 2019, Avengers Endgame, The Lion King, and Toy Story 4 helped propel overall grosses to a mighty $11.39 billion. By comparison, the 2020 domestic box office tally was down 80% from 2019. It goes on here to talk about the movies. Now, a few weeks back, I was giving Al from Boston a little criticism because I said, in my opinion, I don't think that this is a game changer, Matrix box office numbers. He debunked that narrative with his own thesis, saying that he thought this would be one of the biggest movies of all time, stopping the hedge funds dead in their tracks. The numbers are out, and they do not reflect that. Now, why is that? Why are we having an issue? Now, and there's a few reasons behind why Matrix is doing so terrible and why Spider-Man absolutely crushed it with approaching $500 million in revenue just domestically. And so if we want to start pointing fingers, there's plenty of places we can go. But let's start with Time Warner and HBO Max, specifically AT&T, however you want to describe them as a conglomerate. Because they have decided to release things to streaming at the same time as movies, that has created an issue, right? We probably would have seen much better numbers for Matrix Resurrections had there not been a streaming release on the same day, especially on Christmas weekend when everybody's off. But it's not all bad news, because we know that ARON has made some moves to lock up that these movies are going to be in the theaters for 45 days before they are going to be allowed to go to streaming. And that comes from pressure from the actors, from the directors, from the producers, and from the film companies themselves, because they want to see more box office revenue. If you're already paying for a service that's streamed to your house, then they don't want you to not go to the movies and just sit there and watch it with your paid subscription. So this 45-day window is going to change some things for us in the future if you're looking at AMC fundamentally in any way, shape, or form. And I think that that's kind of important, because if the fundamentals aren't making sense at all, there is no reason why someone can't short AMC right now. So the fundamentals have to be there. And I think that this time period that we have coming next year is going to help a lot of films. All right, so that we don't make this a 12 to 15 minute video, I'm going to wrap up with this. Here's the final paragraph. Box office analysts didn't expect to return to normalcy in 2021, especially since vaccines weren't widely distributed until a few months into the year. However, studio execs and industry experts hope 2022 will be the time which audiences tired of watching movies at home will be eager to turn to the big screen. Pending any release date reshuffles, promising future attractions of the blockbuster variety include the Warner Brothers comic book adaptation, The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson, Disney and Marvel superhero sequel Black Panther 2, Universal's Dino Adventure Jurassic World Dominion, and Sony's animated Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. And here's where I'm going with all this. I believe that the quality of the films that are coming out have been lackluster at best. You put a good movie out, such as Spider-Man, and it rakes in almost $500 million in 2 weeks. I think content is everything, especially now knowing that this time period is going to be extended, of the time that it will not go to streaming. It'll just strictly be in theaters for every movie. That is a huge win for the theaters. So then the question becomes, how good are the films? Are they films that people are actually interested in the character, that have good storylines, that have great effects and a score and costumes and all the things that go with the production of a great movie? And we've seen a couple come across this year. I mean, I went and saw Doom in the theaters. I thought Doom was a phenomenal movie. I love Denis as a director, so maybe I'm a little biased, but I just thought it was a fantastic sci-fi film. And, you know, with that going on, at the same time, you have this huge company, Disney, with an entire IP of the Star Wars universe. And the only movie that they had coming out in a couple years is now been canceled. The Patty Jenkins movie that was supposed to be based off Top Gun, but she was going to do it about in the Star Wars universe about her dad, and that she's been cut from the film. And so now that's been canceled. At least Disney is investing a little money into Marvel and still putting films out. But losing an IP like Star Wars, if the content was good, you could put out a $500 million movie every year. And they're just not doing it. And my faith really isn't against the movie theaters right now. It's more against the production companies and the studios. I'm more worried about them than I am AMC going anywhere. So some good news, some bad news, whatever. It is what it is. I just bring you the news. You do with it what you want. But I'm going to let you guys go. It's getting late. We'll be back at it tomorrow. I'll have another video for you, hopefully tomorrow night. I want to get into a few things. As always, guys, thank you so much for all your support, the likes, the comments, everything. You know I love you guys. I appreciate everything you do for me and the rest of the community. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Massalorian, and I'm out.